What's up, everybody? It's Evan from Stock Market News here with a little bit of a different type of video. I saw and posted this video recently from Peter Lynch, a very famous investor who, if you don't know, you probably should take some looking into. He's a really smart guy, and you'll definitely learn something. Here is a little bit of a taste of some of the stuff that he likes to say, but I wanted to talk through and watch this video with you all, and hope you guys get something out of it.
Study history, and history is the important thing you learn from. What you learn from history is the market goes down. It goes down a lot. The math is simple. There's been 93 years a century. This is easy to do.
One first thing there. This was actually filmed, as you can see at the bottom, in 1994, and a lot of the data he's using is the first 93 years of the 1900s. So let me know if you guys want to go through it and update this data and see how it looks going up to 2024.
The market's had 50 declines of 10% or more. So 50 declines in 93 years. About once every 2 years, the market falls 10%. We call that a correction. That means that's a euphemism for losing a lot of money rapidly, but we call it a correction. And so 50 declines in 93 years, about once every 2 years, the market falls 10%. Of those 50 declines, 15 have been 25% or more. That's known as a bear market. We've had 15 declines in 93 years. So every 6 years, the market's going to have a 25% decline. That's all you need to know. You need to know the market's going to go down sometime.
Yeah, this is very true. Nothing goes up and to the right forever. We always talk about this from specific stocks to the market as a whole. Sometimes it gets ahead of itself and needs a little bit of a pullback. At the end of the day, the market is really just a bunch of human psychology in the short term. And in the longer term, it's that weighing machine where the actual numbers win out. But in the short term, there's a lot of human psychology that goes to the stock market. And humans are wired to panic and get over exuberant and kind of bring up the upsides a little bit too much and bring down the downsides a little bit too much as well. So that's definitely something that you can take advantage of.
If you're not ready for that, you shouldn't own stocks.
Sure.
And it's good when it happens. If you like a stock at 14 and it goes to 6, that's great. You understand the company, you look at the balance sheet and they're doing fine, and you're hoping to get to 22 with it. 14 to 22 is terrific.
I think that's a really big point there, of being able to understand the company fully. Like we were talking about there, the market and in the short term is all about the human psychology, but the long term is really about the numbers that these companies report, the growth that they can have, the growth in earnings and revenue, how the management does, all that stuff, how they're selling you for the future. So understanding your company, knowing what they're doing, knowing the industry as well, the competitors, owning and picking individual stocks is a really tough job to do. There's so much knowledge and time and effort you have to put into it, but it is possible. And these kind of pullbacks in the market in the short term can be really scary. But if you know your company, you know it's a great one, you know it's continued to grow in an area that's growing in the market, that pullback is your friend.
6 to 22 is exceptional. So you take advantage of these declines. They're going to happen. No one knows when they're going to happen. It would be people tell you about it after the fact that they predicted it, but they predicted it 53 times.
Yeah, this point is also so true, especially on Twitter and everything like that. We see so many tweets every single day saying we're effed, we're this, we're that. The truth is, it's impossible to know when those major black swan events, those unexpected unknowns, are going to happen. And even when you do have that edge, we all know the Big Short and Michael Burry. You can win that one time, but I don't know if anyone follows him on Twitter. It's an interesting follow. He has predicted like 50 times just in the last couple of years that we're all screwed, this and that, and it hasn't really happened. We did have that big COVID pullback, and October of last year was a little bit down, but overall, markets hitting new all-time highs are right there with a bunch of stocks right in that area. Point being, even the people who are most famous for getting the 2008 financial crisis right have still put out so many tweets since not being correct. It is impossible to know sustainably when this is going to happen. There could be those one or two examples in there when you see a different part of the market that is ready to collapse. And even Burry and Mark Baum, etc., in that movie, they saw it a couple of years early. Timing can being early and being right are not necessarily the same thing as well. So it is impossible to know when these market pullbacks are going to happen. It's good to kind of talk and have those conversations with the bears to understand, hey, maybe we're at some technical point or whatever, but those real 25% knockoffs for the entire market are a little more, tend to more be those black swan events that I don't care what anyone says. It is impossible to sustainably know when those are going to happen over time.
And so you can take advantage of the volatility in the market if you understand what you own. So I think that's the key to element. Another key element is that you have plenty of time. People are unbelievable.
Yeah, this is so true. Plenty of time. The term once in a lifetime opportunity gets thrown around way too much. If we're actually going by the actual definition of it, there can only be one once in a lifetime opportunity, and I don't think that's being created every single day. There are great chances and great opportunities created every single day, and as we're talking about how the market moves up and down, there's new unreal ones created every single day. So even if the one stock you love shoots up, you don't necessarily have to go in and chase it. Chances are that that specific stock is going to go back down to your target, maybe, maybe not. But then if it doesn't, there's going to be so many other opportunities being created out there. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of stocks and companies out there. There's probably not that many that you want to go in and own, but there are definitely a few on there, and they go up and down at different points and get to that area that are really appealing. So I think that sometimes you get caught up in this one stock being the best story ever, and I need to get into it right now. But it just ran up X percentage, and it's probably going to pull back a little bit at some point. And where that one is, there's another stock that is an amazing opportunity that has just been down 20-30%. So this is a market of stocks. There's not just one stock. And if you're trying to individual pick in there, I think you just need to keep in mind that you want to definitely pounce on your opportunities and make sure you're doing great there and taking all your opportunities. But you don't necessarily want to FOMO and think that you missed the biggest chance ever because it went up 2-3x in a couple months, because a lot of times we've seen those and they pull back pretty aggressively after. So I think that patience is a really important thing in this market, especially with your winners. You know, we're talking about your loser stocks that you bought that have gone down aggressively, or that have the opportunity has changed there, something's changed. That's a very different thing than waiting for your opportunity in a name that you really like and letting it come to you and all that good stuff. So patience is a virtue. Patience will get you very far in the stock markets, talking specifically from the side of your winners.
Rush to buy a stock. I'll give you an example of a well-known company. Walmart went public in October of 1970. 1970 went public. Already had a great record. It had 15 years performance, great balance sheet. You could have waited 10 years saying you're a very conservative investor. You're not sure this Walmart can make it. You want to check. You see them operate in small towns. You're afraid they can only make it in 7 or 8 states. You want to wait till they go to more states. You keep waiting. You could have bought Walmart 10 years after they went public and made 35 times your money. If you bought it when they went public, you would have made 500 times your money. But you could have waited 10 years after Walmart went public and made over 30 times your money.
It's funny to see him using Walmart as the example. Obviously, this, like we said, was filmed in the 90s, so it's a little bit more of a top-of-mind new company in there, and obviously today we consider it a little bit different. But yeah, no, that was us listening to Peter Lynch from 1994. This was a great talk, and this was definitely a little bit of a different video and something different that I'm trying. I just thought that him talking there for a couple minutes was really informative, and I enjoyed it, and I wanted to share it with all of you. So if you enjoy this video concept, let me know down in the comment section below. Tell me you want more, and I could do more of these type of videos of just really smart people sharing their knowledge, sharing their wisdom, and we could talk through it here. But subscribe to the channel for more stuff like that. Hit that bell button. I'm live streaming a lot more, and you'll get notifications whenever I go live. Hit the like button, all that great stuff. I appreciate each and every single one of you. If you're watching this over the weekend when I'm filming it, I hope you guys have a great and recharging weekend. And let's kill the stock market next week. Everyone have a great one, and enjoy.